Turkey is in the news. The focus is on the mayor of Istanbul, Ekrem İmamoğlu, being put behind bars on corruption charges, showing, according to many, how Turkey's longtime leader, President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan, who won re-election in 2023 on a pretty tight margin, is pushing down any possible opposition. For some time, it's been clear that in Europe there are vastly different threat perceptions and understandings about what European security means. Now we're seeing Turkey is no longer being looked at with the standards of joining the EU, but for their importance as a security and energy partner. This is making Turkey relevant, and it's their time to shine, and Erdoğan and his party know it. So it's probably no surprise that they want to stay in power and are willing to do whatever it takes by jailing the most promising opposition candidate, cracking down on the protesters, and using technical workarounds. One professor of politics in Istanbul said putting the mayor behind bars was a sign that Turkey was changing to a Russian or Belarusian style of fully authoritarian, autocratic governance. Turkey's president, Erdoğan, has been in charge for over 20 years, like Vladimir Putin or Alexander Lukashenko. In Turkey, Erdoğan was elected prime minister in 2023, switched to president, and then the powers of the presidency were expanded. A quick look at Freedom House, which gives global democracy scores and is a good resource, shows that Turkey is scoring lower and lower. The crackdown on protests in Turkey confirms for many that the EU and Turkey don't share core values. That divide has stalled EU membership talks with Turkey since they first applied in 1987. But observers have already noted the blind eye many European capitals are turning to how protesters around Turkey are being treated, with over 1,000 people already having been detained. The EU's reaction is the sign that security is finally being taken seriously. Turkey's standing army of 400,000, and you can double that with its reserves, with its naval bases in the Black Sea and on the Mediterranean, along with its strong defense production capacity, plus its potential to become a new energy hub for LNG, possibly undercutting Russia. Turkey is important. Erdoğan knows it. The EU needs it. And this is a good indication for how, when security is in play, priorities change.